My name is Hannah K Freeman, and I am a third-year candidate here in the MFA program in painting. So my paintings are behind us, you can see them. I did my undergrad at Eastern Illinois University, just a little shout out to them. I did my undergrad actually in graphic design, and then I did my Master of Arts there in painting. So my work, you can see it up close, but it has influences from graphic design and both from painting, so it's kind of like my graphic design informed my painting. So I came in here really wanting to investigate my painting specifically in relation to nature. I grew up in the country. I always felt very connected to the natural world, and I felt that it connected me to my own spirituality, my relationship with Christ. So I really wanted to investigate that further here in the program. So I started painting realistic renderings of lichens, fungi, and moss. I use those as a starting point for my paintings. But over the course of my trajectory here in the MFA program, I got a little bit more abstract with my work, and then really abstract with my work because I felt the abstraction really targeted the spiritual, the process of thinking beyond, that my work, whenever it was realistic, wasn't doing. So what you see behind us is my final installation, combining representational and abstract techniques to encourage this process of thinking beyond. I use lichen, fungi, and moss as a starting point for my paintings. I've always been really interested in how they are essential for our existence on Earth. These like finite little organisms, we can't live life on Earth without them, and that just blows my mind. So I use those as a kind of starting point for this process of thinking beyond, using these finite organisms to think about the infinite. And that's what this exhibition is called behind me, is going beyond, using the finite to think about the infinite. And with these paintings, something that happened with this last year specifically is this more installational format. I've never worked with that way before, but I found that installing the tondos, the circular paintings are called tondos, installing the tondos in this way really hit on that process of interconnectedness that I wanted for my paintings, of how we can use these finite organisms to think about the infinite, to think about the interconnectedness of existence. That's so important in our world right now. It's important to know that we're not separate from the natural world. We're right in it together. Everything is interconnected. Everything affects everything else. So that's what my installation back here does, hopefully. That's the goal. That's the intention. From installing my work, I obviously learned a lot. As I said before, I haven't installed this way before. It's always just been one painting on a wall, hung at the center line. This really kind of opened the doors to what I could continue to explore in the future. The installation here, I really wanted to completely cover the space from the ground to the ceiling, all around you, because that's really how the natural world is. That's how our relationship is with the natural world, especially these organisms that I'm dealing with. They're all around us. They're not necessarily just right in front of our eyeballs. They're literally all around us. Some are out of our reach. That's why some are really up high, some are down low. So I'd really like to continue to push this and see what else is possible, even in terms of being more responsive, like site specifically. So I've been applying to exhibitions, but we'll see what happens. I definitely will continue to paint lichen, fungi, and moss. I also have ventured into painting the skies. I'm really interested in how that relates to spirituality as well. So I'll probably continue to do that after my time here. But I'll also continue with abstraction and realism, because I like how the realism can engage you in something that feels a little bit familiar, but the abstraction can really compel you to think beyond that realistic element to other connections. So I will continue to investigate that. After we graduate in a couple weeks. I have been applying to teaching jobs ever since I started painting. I really wanted to teach painting, and I taught graphic design before coming here, so I really want to get back into the full-time professor position. I also know that there are a million other painters out there applying to the same positions I am, so we'll see what happens. But you know, I have a really strong faith, and I think that whatever's meant to happen, whatever's in the plan is going to work out, so I remain hopeful.